The exercise was simple enough. It was about 10 or 11 years ago, and I was working in youth ministry, and I had a group of probably 20, maybe 30 junior high and high school students. And we did this thing called Destination Unknowns, when they would come together for the night and we'd do something that they had no idea what it was, and they just had to go along with it. So they loved it, I loved it, it was a load of fun. But on this particular night, I'd gone to the bank and I got 100 $1 bills. And we gathered together and we said our opening prayer, and I divided them into groups, and we said, okay, here's what we're going to do. Each group has 5, maybe 10 $1 bills. I don't care where you go, within reason. I don't care what you do, within reason, but your job is to hand out every single one of these $1 bills to someone in our community, and we'll meet back here in an hour. It was a stunning experience for them because they stood outside of Red Lobster and Walmart and Kroger and at the gas station, as they stood in all these normal everyday places that we go all the time, and they did this. Here's $1. Do you want it? And people did that. They went, no, I don't want your dollar. Why don't I want your dollar? I don't need $1. But they also had equipped with them a card that read this, that they would hand every person who didn't take the dollar. So if you took the dollar, you were good. If you didn't take the dollar, you got a card that read this way. This $1 was a reminder of a free gift. Not many things in life come free, but this one really, really did. No strings attached, no conditions. It was a reminder of God's gift of love given for you in Jesus. God offers you love and grace without cost. It's a priceless gift that you could never imagine. You can receive it, or you can walk away. The choice is yours. They got back in the circle that night, and they said, you can't believe how hard it is to give away $1. I said, yeah, I know. I know, because when you believe in Jesus Christ, who's given you everything, you've had those times when you've tried to share it with somebody else, and they've looked at you with doubt, and they've looked at you with skepticism, and you've thought for maybe a minute, it's not worth sharing this faith that I have, because people look at it and think it's just $1, and they can handle things on their own. Jesus must have known that we would be skeptical of this kind of a gift that comes with no conditions, a gift that comes without cost, a gift that comes just because God wants to give it to you. I think he knew we'd be skeptical because he'd seen it before on the faces of the disciples, on the faces of those that he had visited when he traveled from town to town to town. And there's this one time when he's standing with his disciples and he's teaching them in parables, these stories that don't make a whole lot of sense unless you read between the lines. And he says this, the kingdom of heaven is like a treasure that somebody hid in a field, which someone else found, and they covered it up. Because full of joy, that finder sold everything, and they bought that field. They realized what was buried there was worth more than anything they'd ever had. It was worth the cost. Jesus says again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant in search of fine pearls. And when he found one very precious pearl, he went and sold all that he had, and he bought it. It's a gift that comes without cost. It's a gift that comes free, and the choice is yours. You can receive that gift of grace, or you can think you can handle it on your own, or you can simply turn a blind eye and you can walk away. God gives you the choice. It's your decision. But this gift of love and grace that we'll celebrate in communion in a few minutes is a gift that comes to you without cost and yet is worth everything. It's a gift that refuels and refreshes you. It's a gift that equips and empowers you. It's a gift that if we really could understand all that it was, we'd give everything to receive it. And yet there are so many people who don't know this gift exists. Even if they saw it on the street in front of them, they might never understand that this is a gift you can receive or you can walk away from. God will give you the choice.